Starting your own business or investing in real estate? Which one should you do? My opinion is you should. The pros for starting your own business, let's just get down to it. The first one is being your own boss. I never want to go work for somebody again, and lots of people want to quit their job and be their own boss. You get to be in charge of your time. You get to decide when you're gonna work, how much money you're gonna pay yourself, etc. You get to be the boss. This goes right into some of the other pros, such as you get to choose who you're gonna work with. You get to hire and fire. So no more having that annoying boss or that nagging coworker, because you will just hire and fire them. You get to be in control of your destiny. This also goes along with sales. Sales is king. The more sales you get, the more money you make, and the more you can pay yourself. The tax advantages, there's a big difference between taking a standard deduction as a normal person and having an LLC or your own company and the tax advantages you get from the government. One of the greatest advantages of starting your own business is your maximum potential. How much money can you actually make? When you start your own business, you can 10x, 100x, 1000x your money. If you have demand high enough for unlimited sales, then it all comes down to the product, and especially if it's a digital product where you can multiply it for free, the sky's the limit. Now let's talk about some of those cons. The number one con when it comes to starting your own business is going to be also being your own boss. A lot of us aren't programmed to be our own boss and find out it's way more difficult than they thought it would be. If you haven't read Extreme Ownership by Jocko Willink, you should. You as the owner have to take full responsibility for what goes on in your company. And just like we talked about, you get to hire and fire. Your biggest expense for most companies is labor. Giant con when it comes to business. The next biggest con is the market shifting. You might have a product, you might have buyers, but then the market shifts and now people don't demand your product as much and there's nothing you can do about it. You can market more to find the buyers that are out there, but it's very hard to create buyers for those that don't have a need for your product. A business really can go to zero. If the demand for your product goes down, you can actually go to zero and you can actually end up owing money more than what your company's even worth. That is one of the biggest cons to business. Now, that's enough business. Let's get to real estate. One of the most important pros in real estate is going to be appreciation. Why? Because it's free.
For free!
How many people do you know that have just owned a house and they now have 100, 200,000 plus in equity and they haven't done a darn thing? And especially in the last 2 years, because it's 2022, we have had insane growth. That's appreciation, one of the strongest powers of real estate. Some other pros when it comes to real estate is going to be the major tax advantages. I mentioned earlier with business that they had tax advantages. There are specific ones for real estate when it comes to interest, when it comes to 1031 exchanges, etc. I could go on and on. There are specific tax advantages written by the government for real estate. That is a huge pro. Another pro when it comes to real estate is leverage. Unlike other investments, it requires all cash up front, versus in real estate, you can put money down. You can put down $5,000 and get a loan for the rest and own a $200,000 property. And then when that appreciation goes up, say 10%, you get $20,000 based on $200,000 value of a home, not $500 because you only put in $5,000 down. Now, the last pro I want to talk about is in contrast to business, where a business can go to zero. Typically, investments cannot go to zero. The land will always have value, and if you're smart and protect yourself with fire insurance, flood insurance, etc., you can protect the home, the structure, whatever's on the property from also going to zero. That is a huge benefit, huge pro when it comes to real estate investing. But it's not all pros. Let's get to the cons. The number one con when it comes to real estate is the market. It's 2022. The market has been increasing dramatically until we've started to have a correction and we are going down. And there is nothing that you individually can do about it. If you own a home right now, your house will be worth less next month unless something were to change. You can go in and force appreciation by fixing up a house, but it still will lose value from that new spot. You cannot control the market. It will go down. And real estate is not liquid. Your money is tied up in that real estate, so even though the market is going down, unless you can find a buyer, you are unable to pull your cash out. That is a pretty big con. Your money could be stuck there. So your money is locked up. It is non-liquid, not accessible. Which leads me to the last con. When you're trying to make as much money as possible and you've invested your money to either flip a house or just make it worth as much as possible, there is a cap, a market cap to how much that house could be worth. If that house is worth $150,000 and you're gonna fix it up so it's worth $250,000, that might be possible, but that same house, no matter how much you fix it up, is never gonna be worth $500,000, $1 million without time being on your side and waiting for appreciation. You cannot fix it up and double, triple, 10x the value of that property. Unlike we talked about with the business, being able to reach that maximum potential. So with that said, starting your own business or investing in real estate, which one should you do? My opinion is you should combine the strategies. Don't invest in real estate as an individual and only get the tax breaks of real estate. Go start a company, combine the strategies, get the tax breaks of a business, get the tax breaks of real estate, get appreciation with real estate while hiring people to help you maximize and get your full potential in your business. Combine the strategies and you'll go further. We put out a new video every Thursday, so like and subscribe. And until then, see you guys.